right, guys. Previously, we have been in the north. We went to the east. I said to the west. We went to the north, and then east, and then we are coming to central. Okay. We are talking about culture. We have learned a lot from northern Uganda. Then we have learned a lot from east. Now we have come to the people that know the best to do with culture, I think, because we have studied their culture even in school, and most of us stay in this region. Without further wastage of time, I'm going to turn to my neighbor at the extreme left. In your own words, I wouldn't even say Central Uganda. How is a Uganda supposed to be?
Well, I'm Uganda. Okay, growing up, like, like, okay, personally, my parents, it's like very, very, very important to like respect your elders. Like that's like a crime if you don't respect your elders. Like that's a point of focus mostly. Like they value respect a lot. Like elders, like even though you're older than your sibling by 1 year, they're supposed to respect you. So like you can basically boss them around, but like as long as someone is older than you, so automatic respect. Even though your children, even though like you don't know them. Okay, maybe if you don't know them, but they're relatives and they're older than you, you're supposed to respect them. In fact, even if you don't know them initially, you're supposed to respect them as
Okay.
long as they're older than you.
Respect is the core value. I've seen that on roads. When you meet a Muganda, it's always like that. Even if you meet a very elderly lady and
Yeah.
she meets you, maybe she knows you're not from there. It's the greeting is always the same. Uh, from your own personal experience, like the way I've said, how's your grooming been in your culture? Like, did you ever get time with your parents and they sat you down or they took you to your koja, to your senga, to tell you certain things, how a girl child is supposed to behave? Apart from just carrying the respect, what else is a girl child really supposed to be doing in Buganda land? What kind of characters do they portray, both within their families and when they get out of the family?
Well, I'd say that generally the norms of Baganda people, they're like you're supposed to you're supposed to know your relatives. Basically, like okay, for me growing up, like it's like since you're a child, your parents keep on introducing you to like people. You're supposed to know this and that one and your uncle and that. And like also some families, it's like they're more of an extended family within a nuclear family. Like they maintain those relations a lot. Like they're so close knit. It's not just you and your parents. No, like they are your uncles, your aunties, your grandfathers, like all those. They make sure that you move in that system whereby you relate with everyone around. And also, for me growing up at home, like chores and everything else, everyone did like everyone just we just divided them amongst ourselves and like
Both the boy
both.
child and the girl?
Yeah, both. Well, for me, I'm the only girl at home. Okay, like not the only girl. I have my older sister, but then like there is a very big age difference, and all the others are boys. So like chores and everything, like we would divide them amongst ourselves. Both are boys and girls. Form like a timetable, and then everyone does their part.
Um, I'm sorry to bring this. I've been in most of they call it the Nicolo, those
The
weddings,
the Kwanjula
the Kwanjulas,
introduction.
those introductions. I have seen how dishes are prepared,
Yeah.
banana what, they have a lot of the gifts, how
Yeah.
they're all put. Is that a very definitive point of like to separate your culture from other people's culture or do we all do other cultures also do that?
As in making a lot of food.
gifts and no, specifically the way they serve their foods. Banana leaves, they are different. Oh, okay. So I just want to ask: is that taught to every girl, or it's just the same girls who know it?
No, like, okay, the banana, the matoke, it's like the main food for Baganda. It's like very, very, very important, like to them. That's why right now, like, our parents like can't eat any other meal. Like anything else is basically not food if it's not matoke. So like they're very attached to it, and they want it in a very specific way because that's what they did when they were growing up. So anything else is not food. So they are very attached to it, and they like it in that specific way that if you prepare it in any other way, they're going to be like, no, that's not matoke. That's just. So like growing up, yeah, you have to know. Because now if that's what your parents are eating every day, even though you don't eat matoke, but like that's what they're eating every day, the whole year. And they like it in a specific way. They want the banana leaves there. They want it to be on fire for like 3 hours. And they want it to be soft. Yeah, you have to know. And they won't eat anything else. So yeah, and they're very attached to it. So like most Baganda like it actually. It's I think it's more of like it also has like more of an emotional attachment. Like they're attached to it. Like like yeah, when they look at it, I think it reminds them of like growing up and the culture and the villages since some people have moved to cities. So it's like a memory lane back home, something like that.
Oh, interesting. We're in the central region. Where the reason why I posed that question is that I've attended most of the introductions and I've realized the way they serve their meals,
Yeah.
most especially kuchala.
Yeah.
The kuchala, oh my God, the culture. They even served meat, not in the plates, but they were in banana leaves. Could you explain that to us?
Now, like for the respect, no, for the kuchala introduction, kuchala is when you bring like if it's where you bring your fiancé to see your parents. So like now there's like a mini party. And then introduction is like when you bring your fiancé to introduce them to the whole clan. So again, like with the big families and everything. So like again with the respect thing, like for your fiancé they call him a moko. They specifically prepare his meals differently. Like all his meals are prepared from banana leaves, like all of them, and they're prepared only by your mom, like the girl's mom. She's the only one supposed to touch his food and like prepare it specifically. And better they put a whole chicken in the banana leaves, like a whole entire chicken. Though he's not supposed to eat the entire thing, eh? Like respect. Like it's their way of like showing that they appreciate the man. Because remember, he has brought all these things, all these gifts and everything else. So like they treat him with appreciation. Though sometimes, okay, some introductions, like the ones I've been to, when the Muko comes and meets the parents, they sign an agreement. So when they sign that agreement, they ask for what they want. But in that time, the introduction I was on, they asked for the map of Buganda, a Bible, and the what do they call it? It's called an antelope, the antelope clan, but like it's wooden sculpted figure. Eh? Whereas sometimes some people actually ask for actual things. But I think to maintain their dignity, they ask for the map, the Bible, and the antelope. And that's all. But when the man came for the introduction, he brought those things, but then he brought much, much more. So I think it's frowned upon if the parent directly ask for things.
Okay.
So like they're supposed to maintain some decency and ask for
What is required?
what is required, and then the other stuff it's now up to the man, yeah, find a way of, like, remember he's coming for this introduction and there's like 500 people, so like everyone's going to be waiting to see what he's brought. So now it's also in his own pride, you can't just come and waltz in and, yeah, you get it. So now it's also up for the man to like put himself on some status, because now leaving that introduction is going to be known by like 500 plus people. So like, yeah.
You guys, we are being schooled about Uganda land. I actually didn't know most of those things. And basing on how she has spoken, it seems she has actually knowledge about. And I'm changing my mind. I'm changing my mind. Now, if maybe someone is crossing over from, let's say a northerner is mixing up with a Muganda, is that all supposed to be portrayed?
Now, for mixing cultures, well, the Kuchala remains and the introduction, they don't change that no matter what. Like, they like their introduction. Okay, we like our introduction. And like, they can compromise with, no, actually, they don't compromise. Because if someone is from another culture and they marry into Baganda culture, and they come for the Kuchala, then they come for the introduction, the okay, if in this situation the girl is bringing the man, so if it's the girl bringing the man home, like for the introduction, the girl's culture is the one that's going to take lead. If she's a Muganda, so it's going to be like Baganda culture all through. But if it's the man, no. Oh, sorry, I've mixed it up. If the girl is a Muganda and the man is, let's say, from the north, and the girl, the Muganda girl, is taking the man home, it's going to be Baganda culture all through. But if she's, let's say, a northern girl or a Nyankole girl or a Msoga girl, it's Basoga culture that's going to take.
Okay.
So it depends on who's bringing the other partner.
Okay. Okay. It is very interesting. On the girl child, just on your summary, from your experience or what your mom has told you or what you have seen other Baganda do, what is that one thing that you know that a Muganda girl child is supposed to keep at the back of her mind concerning culture?
Well, personally, I think, okay, personally, it's for me, greeting people, because that's you'd even feel guilty if your parents are around and you didn't do it. You get scared, be like, oh my god, did they see me? Like, you have to greet people. Like, for them, it's greeting people. Like, it's very important. Yeah, they even ask you, did you greet so this one, this one, this one? Sometimes you can lie, but you have to greet them. And if it's like, if they're relatives and you actually even didn't greet them, they can even come and be like, she saw us, she didn't greet us. Oh my god, she's proud. You get it? So they want you to respect them. Like, you have to greet them.
Oh,
And for some people, you have to kneel down while greeting them. They would feel bad if you did kneel down. They'll feel like maybe you're disrespectful. And for others, it doesn't really matter. But for some, even want you greet them, you want to kneel down, you're like, no, not kneel down, but they're pretending. You're just trying to be kind. But they want you to kneel down.
Oh, all right. So we are crossing over from the girl child. We go to the boy child. What do you have to say about boy child from Buganda? What do you know?
What I know is not very far from what she knows. And one thing that we take very seriously in our culture is we have to respect our elders. And just as she said with the whole greetings, we take that as, especially when you're greeting people older than you have to show them a lot of respect. You have to shake their hands firmly as a man. You have to make sure that you've seen all the people that come over, or like when you're going somewhere else and you see all the elders in the sitting room just there, you have to go each and every elder before you can even like see your cousins or anyone else. You have to greet all your uncles, your aunties, your jajas, all of them. And even those ones that are coming still, I know that whenever it's like Christmas time or Easter and I'm there with my cousins, and then like one of our relatives comes in and they're much older than us, once they enter the house and they've greeted their fellow elders, we usually go, the whole group of us, to go and greet them, specifically them, because like we value our elders. Like since they carry like the huge role of like passing down the culture from them to us, and since they are doing that, it's basically you have to respect them because they are going to be like your teacher. And without some of these values, that means you're going to lose the culture at the end of it all. So yeah, and also as a boy child in the Uganda family, it's like we when we get older, like much older, they start telling you the responsibility that you have. You are supposed to be able to provide for your family. Even when you think about a family, you have to be able to, and especially when you're getting married, you also have to like make sure that you have the kuchala, the kwanjula, and sometimes depending on which religion you're in, because like I'm a Christian, so most times also our elders push for one of those big church weddings as well. So yeah.
Okay, I like the part where you say that they teach you about the responsibilities that you have to do as a man. Interestingly, I want to ask, what are the things they have ever told you that you as a Muganda boy child you are never supposed to do?
Never supposed to do.
Maybe basing on the culture, like I've had statements that boys don't do this. First boys, we don't do this in our culture. Is there any that you could know?
I have not been informed about things I'm not supposed to do yet. I know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, like the more important things that I'm supposed to do. That's like provide for your family. Like if you can leave you can leave the girls to like handle everything in the kitchen, but you're the one supposed to like make sure that that stuff is there. Because like if you're not, if like there's no flour, there's no bread, if there's no oranges to make juice, then that's like your responsibility. They usually tell you about it so that you guys can be able to go and get it, and then for them they prepare the meals and everything. So I think the most important key part for like one of the male child here is that as long as you provide for your family and then also like handle some of the manual labor here there, that's what you're supposed to do.
All right, we are being groomed right. We are being groomed right. Coming to Uganda, I actually didn't know much about Baganda, though I stayed with a lot of young people. Uh, what has been your experience when you meet other cultures?
When I meet other cultures, from my experience, I have met a lot of people from all sorts of places. And the one thing I have learned throughout all those interactions is that if someone invites you into their home, it's very respectful for you to follow the things they do in their home. Because if they, let's say you've gone out and then you're like at your friend's house and they are an eater, when they serve you food that they culturally eat there, it's very highly favored if you take part into some of those customs. But then when things like allergies start to come in here, there, it complicates things because that's why you have to like politely say no. Otherwise, if there's no other problem with it, you're supposed to like take part of it, eat, share your experiences with them, such you can have a comfortable interaction with them, such you don't make things very hard. Because like if I can't relate with them and they can't relate with us, that's where we start having issues.
Interesting, because the reason why I asked that question, that are there things they tell you boys are not supposed to do or girls are not supposed to do? I was trying to bring it up with basically if you encounter, let's say, you have gone to the north and maybe there's a certain belief the Baganda have, and the north are doing contrary to your belief. What best ways have they taught you to handle such situations? Has that teaching been put in there across?
I know of one thing, like when we have something as clans, and here you can have Ngo, Musu, and so many others that I cannot actually say the culture names for, because like there's like Nsenene, grasshoppers. And many people in Kampala eat grasshoppers, but like when you're from the clan of, yeah, you're not supposed to eat them. So that makes it also kind of hard, because you're supposed to respect your totem. So with that one, I think they say if you find yourself in such a situation, it's best to avoid it. Like try your best to like not get involved with it, because that would be disrespecting your clan if you like let's say 8 grasshoppers, or like caught them or killed them.
Even just killing.
Even just killing it, because even though it's an insect, yeah, you are not allowed to like even kill it. Even though you have a rat in your house and you're from the Musu thing, you're not allowed to kill it. You're not even supposed to touch
You're
it.
supposed to.
Can you hire someone to do the work?
In fact, that's
Okay.
even highly more recommended.
Let's assume he has brought a good point. Let's assume you have seen a rat. Can you hire someone else to do the murder for you?
Not even murder it. Let them take it away.
Hey, but you have not killed it. You have
Yeah,
just.
as you have not touched it, yes, but like, why are you telling them to kill it for you?
Do you know your clan?
Yes, I do. I'm Mango. That means leopard.
Leopard.
Yes. The chances is 0.
So you guys, this is very interesting. If there's some people are not supposed to even kill an insect.
Yes.
What is the value behind that insect in their clan, or the totem, or something like that?
I don't know the full history behind it,
Mm.
but it comes down to like the way they divided up different sections of our tribe. And depending on what you're given, that's like the way your culture grows, or like the way you engage in the Uganda culture. Because even with your given clan, there are certain names that come with it. Yeah.
Oh,
Can you marry from the
I
same
told you we are
clan?
being schooled about
Can you
Buganda
marry
here.
from the same clan?
I have not heard of that.
So you can marry from the same
Sometimes
clan.
we take up the
Yeah.
traits for the clan.
Yeah.
Like the senior guys, they always say they are so jumpy and.
The Senene guys are so jumpy. This is very interesting. Also, let's say someone from that clan marries someone from another region, and that person is eating grasshopper and what? Basically, like let's say you're a lady and then you get married to someone else that eats grasshoppers, even kills, hunts them. What are you supposed to do? Like basically, that's the question I'm asking.
That's very tricky. But when it comes to clans, you usually take up your husband's
Your husband's side.
side.
So you're allowed to now eat.
Your family doesn't eat, so you can't eat them, but your children can.
Okay, you can't eat them. Your husband and your children do.
Yes.
One man down.
Oh my God.
We have some plenty in the house now.
Okay, we are. It is very interesting. I'm learning a lot of things I actually didn't know. I used to just pick grasshoppers and buy for anyone, not caring, even if you're Muganda. But which people are those that don't eat grasshoppers?
The guys from the clan of Nsenene.
Insane.
Yeah.
Okay, I will start asking Baganda not to.
Yes.
Yeah, those some other clans are rare now, like his clan, not going to find it anywhere to eat.
Eating a leopard.
Yeah, you can't.
You won't find it anywhere.
Talking about it, you guys first list for us those clans.
There are so many. There
A
is,
few that you know.
yeah, there is the, like I've said, the grasshoppers. I'm going to give you the English names because I can't remember some of the
The
traditional
Ugandan
names. Yeah, the grasshoppers. There is a special rat called the musu. There's an antelope. There is, I haven't heard about that one. There's a monkey clan.
Nchima.
Yeah, in Chima. Then there is the lion. Then there are some that are plants. Yeah. There's also some that are plants, like matoke.
So they don't eat matoke.
They don't eat.
Yes.
Each is the step of you don't eat it now.
I don't know. But they're like different kinds of matoke, that's the thing. Yeah. So there's a specific, yeah. Out of the many
Okay.
types, there's a specific type that they don't eat. Yeah.
Okay.
Isbat, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are different types of matoke. We knew one.
It's always both of them, but you don't know how to separate.
How do you differentiate?
Sometimes you can tell by the color, size, or like when you cook it, and then you know the different kinds of matoke, where one is like very soft and sweet, and then there's another one that's like still soft but not as sweet as the other one. Yeah.
Oh, the pink one. The hard one.
Yeah.
Okay. The next time I go to buy matoke, I will find out which type is this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have handled. We have been in the northern. We have been in the eastern. We are in the central. We are left with one, the land of milk. We shall come back.